Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. In some ways, in large ways, I miss doing these reviews because they're fun and they're simple, right? Eric will sit there and smile at Taylor and say congratulations to both of y'all and hold her hand and give her a hug and everything like that, but you could just feel the level of phoniness. You can feel that phony energy just coming across him in waves, right? And I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, the thing is, we know that Eric likes Taylor, but liking her and supporting her is two different things. And I don't think that he really supports his marriage. I think he's really doing it for Ridge's sake, right? While that's going on, Brooke is doing what Brooke usually does, right? The crying, the sobbing, the thinking about, the last time that they were together, and just having this level of delusion in her head. Ridge comes in there. First of all, she's sitting in Eric's desk. It was like, what the f are you doing? Which technically is also sitting in Ridge's desk, but the point is, when Ridge comes in there, she turns around like this mafia boss, and she's doing a whole cry, and she's like, I know. Right? See, for anyone that's new that's watching, you would sit there and think this is the point where she would sit there and be empowered, and she would, go at him and things of that nature. Instead, she tells him, first of all, she tells him that she found out about Nick. And Rich is like, I should have been one that should have told you. Why? Why? To make yourself feel better, right? Because let's be honest, this isn't for Brooke. Because Brooke was like, it doesn't matter who tells me, I'm still going to be hurt. But then she goes into, since Taylor, the one that sat there and asked you, you can just simply undo it. I know that you still love. I was like, oh Lord, is this chick really sitting there begging at this goddamn point? It's like, she's never heard of the word self-respect, dignity, pride, self-respect. She's never heard of it. She is begging this man to just, come on, just reverse it. You still have time to undo it, What the f is she talking about? So he's like, no, it is what it is. And he walks off. Do I need to really sit there and say what she does after? Okay. So, Luna is now with a gun, and she's all like, oh, you played me, you lied to me. Will's like, the cops are actually coming at some point, right? Like, the cops are coming in soon, right? And she just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. You betrayed me, and everyone's out to get me, da 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 da. But then she just lets Will go, right? And Will goes, you have Steffi and Finn, and Electra's like, no, you gotta save her. Baker's like, oh, the police are coming. Wait, what do you mean the police are almost there? The police should practically be at her goddamn door. We know where Luna is. How far away was the police from not being able to just bust in at any point in time? Apparently they were far enough away from when they got there, she was already gone. LA's finest, huh? Okay. Alright, sure, we're gonna do that. Anyway, the Electra and Will conversation wasn't really that important. But here's my thing now. I saw the previews that they showed on Monday. Because, we're still catching up. You know, there was some days that wasn't. I think we wound up skipping a day because of a news interruption or something. And so we're a day behind, but there's a day back. There's a point when the previews you see Steffi and Luna. And my whole thing is, girl, once again, you poked the goddamn bear, right? You authorized this whole oh well, you know, let's get some. Yeah, she did sit there and try to talk him out of it, but let's be honest. Here's the thing with Steffi. If she really wanted to talk him out of it, she would have. And I feel like Steffi kind of poked the bear in this one. Not the same way as like confronting a sociopath or a nut job in a dark alley. But now once again, she seems like she's going to be paying the price, right? Luna is with Sheila, and you know, Sheila was like, you know, I knew there was something off, I knew there was something wrong. She was like, well, what are you saying? Are you saying that somebody can't be with somebody like me? Sheila at this point is like, you need to sit there and worry about what you said. Because Will is basically saying, well, they have enough to sit there and go after her. And I'm like, do you? I mean, any decent lawyer can literally sit there and argue down what she said. Because words, unless she actually said she's going to kill her, removing her or anything else can always be left for interpretation. And it could take a first-year law student to sit there and argue that down. But they're talking. I think we don't see Finn for the rest of the way. Taylor comes to Steffi's house and get like a debrief on what ended up happening. And during that conversation, Steffi noticed the ring. She's like, oh my goodness, this is such good news. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's great, but you know, we got Luna. Oh, who cares about that? Mom and Dad are getting married. I just want to sit there and celebrate that. Oh, you saw the cops are here. And when the cops leave, we're gonna have bodyguards, right? Remember you said that you had security? Remember that? Because you got Taylor listening to saying, well, you need to come to Eric's to the estate with us. I'm like, what's wrong with the beach house? I mean, if you don't have security, she can simply just get in Eric's house like she can Steffi's house. What's the difference at this point? This show cracks me up. This show really cracks me up. Anyway, Luna and not Luna, Elektra and Will just, again, kind of debriefing what ended up happening. Yeah, that is generally the gist of the episode. Now, tonight I'm not going to sit there and stream. I'm going to sit there and take a rest night. But tomorrow I'll be back. And, you know, throughout the stream, we'll sit there and talk about tomorrow's episode as well as tonight's episode with all four of the shows, because Beyond the Gates is not on, which is, yeah, they're on hiatus for a week. The one thing I will sit there and say about that for anyone that watched Beyond the Gates is that, like, going back and watching the first episode, the intro, right? The intro is fire. You know, you got the music and her driving this fancy ass car and walking in, just looking all bad and everything. And then you realize after a couple months, you're like, oh, wow. So much promise in that first 2 minutes. Then it just kind of, I don't know. Anyway, I'm still watching it, by the way. For anyone that watches Beyond the Gates, I still do watch Beyond the Gates. I don't review it, but I still do watch it, and I talk about it in streams. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.